Now, watch this masterful sophistry. Watch this. You only believe this if you've been to law school, by the way. Here's their masterful sophistry. They say, all right, you have to look at the intent of the law. The intent of the law was to protect people. And since the exemption of a private offering means that the government doesn't have the ability to make sure people are getting protected, a private offering means only those people who can fend for themselves.
And guess who gets to determine that?
The government.
Yeah,
right. Those people. No, think about this. A private offering is an offering to only people who are sophisticated enough to defend for themselves.
Well, the question that I have that comes in is...
Wait. You're not catching it yet.
What are they protecting them from?
Wait. No, you haven't caught it yet. Let it sink in for a minute. Let it sink in for a minute. According to the commissars, public is... people who can't judge.
All the stupid people.
Public means dumb. Private means smart. Now let's transition to the debate about education. The reason you've got to use government funding for public schools is because those poor kids and parents are too dumb to fend for themselves. And the reason you can run ads saying vouchers don't have checks and credibility and there's no safeguards is because they think the parents, which are the safeguards, are too stupid to know anything about how to make a decision.
Which is what public means to them.
Okay, so now think about this. So it's because public means stupid. Now watch this. So think about this. If public means stupid and private means smart, who gets to decide who's smart or stupid? Who?
Not you.
The commissars.
And not them.
There you go, Rick.
It's
the public sector.
If you have a job as a judge or a regulator, which largely means you can't succeed in the free world, in the free market. That doesn't always mean that. There are very few judges and very few bureaucrats who have been successful out in the free world.
Right.
The ones that have been, hallelujah, bow down to you, thank you for doing public service, quote unquote, great. But most of you are moochers and looters who wish we had a socialist country so you could live in the big fat house on the hill, because that's the only people who get to be prosperous is the people who are in the inn, head of the pack, the big wolf in the big wolf den, and you guys are destroying our society. And if you don't wake up and turn your brain on, what you're going to understand is no matter how many times you cross your heart and sing the national anthem, you're going to wake up on the warm side of eternity, if you know what I'm saying. Okay? Because what you're doing is you're destroying liberty. You're saying that you're there to protect dumb people and isolate them from smart people, as if you, Mr. Masterful Creator Commissar, who's done all this good in the world, are qualified to know. When in reality, if you took any one of these judges or any one of these commissars and put them out in the public and asked them if they bought stock from me, they couldn't qualify as a private person. They're part of the dumb public who would need to be afforded the protections under the law.
You know, and it's funny. What do they call those people who are employed by the government and so forth? They call them the public sector.
Right.
Yeah. So
well,
that's actually very fitting.
The stupid leading the stupid.
But watch this. But watch this. So think about this for a second. So Brandon, you're too stupid right now as a private citizen to be private in your transactions. You're too stupid to know whether you can fend for yourself, whether you can send your kids to a school that's not paid for by the government, right? You're too stupid. But if you got a job working for the government, your IQ magically changes.
Well, they've given you the job, so they determined that you must be smart enough.
Oh no, guess who gets to determine that?
Well,
the PAC.
The existing stupid
If you're smart enough to get the majority vote for you, it's mystical. There's some magical thing that happens while you raise your hand and swear on the Bible to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. You get to spew,
and not know what it says.
You get to spew out of your mouth a verbal confession of truth while inside you know you're lying because you haven't got a brain cell that's tuned into the Constitution of the United States. And so what happens is that mystical connection all of a sudden creates within you the power to decide that Rick shouldn't be on the radio because he's advocating private transactions.